Hello, it's Miami TVG, and as you can see, I am outside Geronimo's Grill, Sports Bar and Grill here in Davie, and I got, look, I'll just say this, dude. What a blast this has been, this watch party. So, Panthers always do a good job with orchestrating watch parties. This was a hell of a time, man. I got to meet some really fantastic people and all that stuff. What would have been better is a Panthers stop. And do we get it? Nope. Not at all. One of our defensemen is working on his visa, so we still don't have the defense as of yet. But it looked good in the first 2 minutes of the game because E-Rod found the lane to get one into the back of the net to make it 1-0 Panthers. So looking like a pretty promising start for the Panthers. And it was. They're shooting the puck, going up against Jake Allen, and Jake Allen is doing everything he possibly can since then. Next, Tarasov saving pucks from Luke Hughes, Major, Jack Hughes, Nico Meyer, just to name a few Devils players. We go to the second period and Devils are absolutely scourging. Then they get a power play goal. I gotta tell you, these penalties, they're not doing us any favors. We got about at least 5 penalties, including the fighting that's happened with Cody Glass. And to be fair, Cody Glass initiated that one because he was holding the stick at Mackey, and Mackey retaliated, both of which goes to the penalty box to make it a 4-on-4 in the first period. But then the second period, Evan Rodriguez trips Jack Hughes. And Jack Hughes is still Jack Hughes. He manages to find the smallest lane in the goal net and puts one into the back of net, the tiniest window on the top left corner against Tarasov, and he banks at him. What a player. What a player Jack Hughes is. That's why you can never, ever, ever sleep on Jack Hughes. Why is people doing it? Oh, wait. I know the reason why. So that's the second period score summary. And then a couple of penalties with New Jersey and Florida goes on those power plays. Needless to say, they do none of those. They did not score any power play goals whatsoever in this game. Third period, everything turns to shit. All right? The power play that carried over to the third period was killed off. And then Nico Meyer would take the game-winning goal. He would take that game-winning goal for Nico Meyer. And then to add cherry on top, Hazer for New Jersey makes it a 3-1 game. Hazer with the 3-1 goal. And then at this point, Florida's just left scrambling. They cannot clear the zone. They can't get the puck possession. And our defense is just all over the place. And they panic. The defense kind of panicked against New Jersey. And this is the problem with not having the defensive depth that I thought I was praising a week ago. And then Kulikov getting hurt is probably the worst case scenario now. Now you have to wait for, I forgot his name, and now it's raining. Can you believe that we lost and now it's raining? Now we have to wait for Gabrango, I think that's his name, from Ottawa that we claimed off waivers. We have to wait for him to get the visa off. But that's not what I'm a little frustrated with. I'm frustrated with the fact that the NHL and I, as fans, have no idea what even goaltending interference is. And I have proof, okay? Well, you have to take my word for it because I'm literally outside Geronimo's. But here's what happened. Reinhardt shoots. He scores to make it 3-2. But then the referees call it goaltender interference immediately, right? Because Lundell said he interfered with Jake Allen, New Jersey's goalkeeper. And it was a very quick call. It was a very quick call from the officials. Paul Maurice challenges. It took about 3 to 4 minutes. And the no goal stands. Okay, fine. The goal stands. There's not enough evidence to back it up. Except 2 things. 1, a perfect screen outside the blue Chris. Are you out of your mind? What is Toronto telling you people? Okay, he was literally, he was outside, just outside the blue Chris, and yet that's an interference. I'm pretty sure if that was like Vegas, right? First off, unrelated. What the fuck, Vegas? You're getting Carter. What? What are you doing? Okay. That's out of topic. Anyway, back to the goaltending interference. He was outside the Blue Crest, Lundell. Outside the Blue Crest, everybody could see it from the overview, right? The right arm kind of sold that for the officials. And I still don't understand how could that be goaltending interference if it was outside. It was outside the freaking Blue Crest. If that was Vegas, I guarantee you this. If that was Vegas, if that was Edmonton, if that was one of the bigger market teams, that would have been called back because they realized, oh no, that was outside of Blue Crest. That's a goal. But if it was against us, that people complained that, oh, the Florida Panthers, always gets beneficial of the call. Look at that replay again and again and again. I just had a Devils fan telling me that he thought it was a clean call. It was a clean goal. Even he said it himself. You know the call is wrong. But here's where I get really frustrated. This is number 2. And goes back to my point of saying the NHL doesn't know a thing about goaltending interference. Even the referees made the wrong. We're going to call it good goal. They were going to call it a goal. You saw the signal. Here, let me show you real quick. After review, we have a good goal. He was going to point right this, right? But then he refrained. He goes back and he goes, excuse me, we have a no goal. I mean, you're going to call that a goal and then turn back and not call it a goal? What the hell was that? Either call it one thing straight off or don't go back to NHL school. Go back to officiating school because clearly you mishap your words. You miscall it and then you reframed it to make the call stance. When you were literally going to call it a goal. What the hell was that, man? And then the Panthers go on delay of game, blah, blah, blah. And, New Jersey wins their home opener. And I got nothing else to say. The Panthers started off 3-0, and then they lost 3 straight. And now we're back even, 500. The next game is against Buffalo in Buffalo, New York. You got to win in Buffalo. If not, then we might have bigger problems than we anticipate. And that's mostly because of the fact that maybe I was wrong about the defensive depth not stepping up. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe for content because Miami Team G is back. And what it does to be right here with the entertainment you deserve. If you have a chance, if you're in the Davie area, check this place out. Geronimo's Sports Bar and Grill in Davie. You got to go check it out, man. The food is great. In fact, the food is so filling, I had to literally bring it home. The chicken wings is to go for, man. Anyway, man, I'm done. Good night.